Monthly update April 2026. This is take one. I already recorded a 20-minute video last night and then it didn't record. Well, it did, but it couldn't save the video for some reason. So let's do it one more time. Yeah, this was a wild month. A lot happened. I stepped into 3 different challenges. Went to Germany, had a first client fly into Portugal to coach in person with me, Jesus. And that was super cool. Yeah, and a few more other things. Oh yeah, really big change in my coaching business. So let me start at the beginning. The 3 challenges I committed to all towards the beginning of the month was the first one, to be on 20 podcasts in the next 60 days. Because I wanted to be on more podcasts, and then my coach challenged me and I said yes. And I've been on 5 podcasts already. And it was already worth it because I learned a lot. I learned that it's a little bit more complicated maybe, or difficult than I thought to get on really high quality podcasts. I signed up for this platform called Podmatch, and it's easy to get booked on podcasts there, but they're not necessarily great podcasts. They're very transactional. And now I've done this a few times. I'm like, that's not it. Then I talked to someone who runs a AI agent platform that helps you get on podcasts. The Podmatch is like 32 euros a month or something like that. His is like 200. But I think it's a better approach and I might sign up there. But because of the change in the coaching business, which is a change in positioning, I'm going to hold back a little bit. Maybe at the end of the week or next week, I'm ready to dive in. Yeah, that was challenge number 1. Second challenge was a 75-day challenge to post every single day. And I was very excited at the beginning because like, okay, cool, posting more content. And I wanted to set up a system that can then take the videos and maybe add some captions and then just automatically schedule them on my LinkedIn and my Instagram. And I didn't quite finish the system when I started the challenge, but now it's finished and it seems to be working, which is super cool. And I posted, I think, every day for 2 weeks. And then towards the end, I realized I was just making a post to make a post. And that didn't feel good. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to continue with this challenge. But the outcome here is now I have this system. And maybe the first, week or so, 5 days, I put more effort into the videos. And I had a lot more fun with them. I made some different shots and I had some creativity in it, and that was cool. And it gave me a lot of joy. And I know that in the future I want to make more really cool videos. But it's also a time investment right now, and it's not the smartest investment at this point in my life. So that's why I didn't continue with the videos that would take me like, an hour to make each day. Yeah, but it's also beautiful to have a confirmation that I really love being creative on video. And maybe at some point this year it would be cool to hire someone to help with that. Last challenge was a 5-day challenge. It was called the Ask Bigger Challenge. The whole point of making bigger asking for more money, asking for whatever we want. And the homework for this challenge was to every day get 3 no's, which is really difficult because you need to make really big asks so that people actually say no. And that was cool. That brought in some momentum and some cool ideas. And I'm going to do another challenge like this in a few weeks. And it's really just a cheat code. If we can make bigger ask, if we are not afraid of hearing a no, then we have so many opportunities open up just by doing that. It's incredible. Yeah, and then right after the 5-day challenge, like the next week, I had a client fly in from Berlin to spend 1 week with me here in Lisbon. We did a coaching session every day. We had 1 day break in between. So 6 days we worked with each other. 1 day was a long hike, 3-4 hours where we were coaching at the same time. And that was really cool. It was also a lot more time and energy that it took, because it was basically all I was thinking about every day. So I would charge more the next time, but it was fun, and I want to have more in-person experiences like that. Okay, and we're back. We just had the power go down, and so the camera turned off, but the computer was running. The first part of the video is already saved, so that's good. Let's keep going. Yeah, so that happened. It was great. Here's a post that she made on Instagram right after we finished. And then I had the last session with her on a Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday afternoon I flew to Germany for 1 week to spend some time with my dad and my 2 brothers. We did this father-son seminar that was a little different than I expected, but I didn't really have any concrete expectations, so it was still amazing, still great. I thought that my dad would be leading a little bit more and sharing he has so much wisdom and knowledge and skills, and that he would kind of transmit them to us. But instead it was more like we all shared about our earliest memory from childhood and what shaped us growing up and so on, which was also very cool. I also got to know my 2 brothers more. Yeah. And we played table tennis together and padel, and then so the seminar was 3 days, and then my brothers left, and then my dad and we played badminton together one day. It was a lot of fun, something that I'm considering finding some teams here in Lisbon. Yeah, my toe that I hurt playing paddle, I don't know, like 2 months ago, I still feel it. It's getting better, but it's not completely perfect yet. Yes. Okay, and then I want to show you something here on my computer. It's called Guava, and it's a really cool thing where you can track all of your health data, pulls in from everywhere. You can upload with AI. I uploaded here 61 documents, all of the tests that I did over the last years, and it extracts everything, and then you have it here in the biomarkers, and you see, where you in range. It tracks over time the trends. Yeah, it's just something is going on here with my liver. Yeah, so this is super cool. You can track everything. It pulls in the sleep from my Apple Health, and yeah, this is a third-party tool, but Tejumate, which is this concierge doctor service that we're using, they now use it, and this is brand new, but I really like it so far. And even if you don't pay for any concierge doctor service, I think you can just sign up on your own, and it's not even expensive. It's like €8 a month. And yeah, the coolest thing is about insights here. So, for example, does doing running affect my resting heart rate the next day? And then it will look at your data and find those correlations, right? So I could say all of those, does my total sleep, boom, from the source here, affect my resting heart rate? And it does. When I sleep longer, I have a 3% lower resting heart rate. So yeah, super cool. And it's only going to be so much more valuable over time. And now I'm really motivated to actually track what I eat, when I sleep. I'm already tracking this automatically here, but some of those other things, how much I drink maybe, because now there is a tool that can help me make sense of that data and generate new insights. And then if our doctor also uses this, we have this shared place. That's super cool. Because TissueMate, I mean, they're amazing, but also it's a startup. They have some growing pains. I pay like €100 a month for it, and it's like, if I don't even use it, is it worth it? But now with this, I feel a lot more excitement again. So that's the one thing. The other thing I wanted to show is just Claude Design, and how cool it is to have a design system in there. So those are some variations. I don't like them too much, but this is from the previous one. So those kind of muted greenish colors, and it just builds everything in one go. And then you can say, this looks good, oh, it needs work. And then here, this is already sharing more about what I want to talk towards the end of this video, my new positioning. And yeah, I'm excited about using this more. This is a completely separate Claude tool, at least for now. Maybe they integrate it at some point, and then you have like your fonts in there, and it's a whole design system. Then now everything that I make, any presentation, any website, I can apply this and it will all look coherent. Yeah, and maybe this is the last thing that's still open to talk about, which is exciting. So I have been, the last few months, focusing on impact-driven founders in the climate space. Because on LinkedIn, if I connect to people, I need to decide who exactly I want to connect to, so I can find them in LinkedIn Sales Navigator and then connect with them. And I realized after speaking to a bunch of people in the space, it's not that exciting for me to work with startups who mainly try to help other companies or farmers to create carbon credits, and then I need to sell those carbon credits. The whole carbon credit space got a lot of controversy because some of the carbon credit projects were really kind of fake, and they didn't really do remove the carbon credit for a long time because they, I don't know, planted trees in the wrong places, and then the trees died after a few years. And yeah, I love innovation, and I love AI. I'm using it every day. I'm excited. I love technology, and the empowerment that can come from it. Right? Technologies can also be used for terrible things, of course, but in general, we are now more powerful, more capable because of all the technologies that we invented. Like, speaking into the camera right now is just one example. And so I'm very interested in working with people who are really on top of AI, because then I get to be in that field. And this is not like a final decision, but I think I would love to work with AI educators, because I love education. I'm quite skeptical of the normal school system or educational system. So independent education from one person to another. This is how I learn most of the things that I learn. And yeah, and also the ripple effect of me working with someone who has a audience on YouTube or wherever, somewhere, and maybe they have a school community and they're teaching there about AI, is very exciting to me. So I'm working on the repositioning right now. That's also then going to play into what podcasts I want to be on, of course. And yeah, I had a call this morning with someone who helped me with the positioning a little bit. Yeah, so that's new. I'm probably going to share a lot more in a month from now about that. And the last thing I have here on my notes is one of the topics that I explored in my daily journaling this month was boredom. My relationship to boredom, what it means to be bored. And it was really cool, because when I do things that I don't really want to do, like all of us, then we usually do this to not feel something. And for me, it's sometimes boredom. I don't want to feel bored, and then I just do something that I don't really want to do because it's not good for me. Just like short form content, for example, consuming. Yeah, so dove deeper into this. I also started doing more breathwork again, which is cool. One of my clients inspired me because he told me he listened to this podcast with Wim Hof. I was like, oh, I could listen to this. I haven't listened to Wim Hof in a while. And that gave me a burst of motivation and energy to get more into breathwork again. Then the last news is we have decided to get a second cat so that our Luno has a little brother to play with. And so in May, in 2 weeks, we should get the new cat. He's gonna be 6 weeks old, 7 weeks old, very young. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That is it for now. Yes, I hope this will save and I can upload it and then it's done. One other thing that I saw here in my notes is I will speak on an AI event here in the city in 2 weeks, and that's already kind of testing the new positioning and like being surrounded by people who are in this space, because there's a lot of beautiful energy, right? There's also hype and all of that, but just people realizing what they are now capable of, and they can realize some of their ideas that they had for a long time. And yeah, I get excited about being more active in that space. That's it. All right. See you next time.